Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Suddhaspadiga Sankasham Shuddha Vidya Pradayakam Shuddham Purnam Chidanandam Sadashivamaham Shraye Shankarupena Machittam Pankikritam Abhodhyaya Kim Kariyasya Samaya Shankaracharya Mashraye Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Bharati Karunapatram Bharati Padabhushanam Bharati Padamarudham Bharati Tirthamashraye Vidya Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tattvabodham Vidushekara Bharati Mala Sudha Kumbha Vibhoda Mudra Vidya Virajat Karavari Jatam Apara Karunya Sudhamburashim Sri Sharadambam Pranatosmi Nityam Om Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Bhidiyate. Today we will see Panchakosha, that is Kosha Panchakam, the 5 sheaths, encasements or covers, 5 layers of human personality. The question is Panchakoshake. What are the 5 layers of cover? This is the question asked by the student, for which the Guru answers Annamayaha, Pranamayaha, Manomayaha, Vijnanamayaha, Anandamayas-cheti. In this statement, Guru enumerates, lists down the number of or the what are the Panchakoshas. He doesn't explain the terms, he just tells. Let's go through them. They are named Annamaya Kosha. What is Annamaya Kosha? Food modified cover, that is personality formed by the modification of food that we consume, is Annamaya Kosha. Second is Pranamaya Kosha. Second layer consisting of pranic energy, that is invisible energy sheath. Pranic health people talk about this energy only. Manomaya Kosha. The third layer is mental sheath, psychological layer of personality, otherwise called emotional layer. The fourth one is Vijnanamaya Kosha, the intellectual sheath, rational layer of personality. The last one is Anandamaya Kosha. This is the deepest personality, which is the source of Ananda, relaxation, rejuvenation, revitalization, we can say that. The author has listed these koshas. Each one will be defined subsequently. If you analyze these layers, each layer becomes more and more subtle than the previous one. Annamaya Kosha is the grossest, visible, tangible layer. In fact, I can see only your Annamaya Kosha. All the other layers are not visible to the physical eyes. We can only perceive, we cannot see. Annamaya Kaha. What is Annamaya Kosha? The answer given by the teacher is Anna Rasenaiva Bhutva Anna Rasenaiva Vriddhim Prapya Anna Rupa Prithivyam Yat Viliyate Tad Annamaya Kosha Sthula Shariram. This is the explanation of what Annamaya Kosha is. Now, we are going to see all these 5 koshas. We will realize that they are not any new anatma. It is only a new name given for the threefold bodies, three shariram, which we have already seen. The very three sharirams are divided into Panchakosha from another angle, from another standpoint. Just as our country, Bharat, is divided by railways department into various zones, so that it is easier for them to manage and administer. If you go to postal department, they will divide the same country into some other different zones, some other different areas, which will become easy for them to manage and administer. The same country, and administratively if you see, it is divided into several states, union territories, based on different standpoints. One country, but different from seen from different perspectives. Similarly, the three sharirams are divided into 5 koshas from functional point of view. According to this functional classification, the gross body, the physical body, is called Annamaya Kosha, which is nothing but a new name for gross body. Similarly, Karana Shariram is renamed as Anandamaya Kosha. Therefore, there is no difference between gross physical body and Annamaya Kosha. Similarly, there is no difference between Karana Shariram and Anandamaya Kosha. Two different names from two different standpoints for the same Anatma. Just as a person is called husband from wife's perspective, father from children's standpoint, employee from the company, from the employer's standpoint. Sukshma Shariram, the subtle body, is divided into 3 divisions based on the functions: Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, and Vijnanamaya Kosha. They are nothing but subdivision of the Sukshma Shariram, the subtle body. Therefore, the gross body is renamed as Annamaya Kosha. Why? If you recall the definition of gross body, Stula Shariram is called gross body because it is perceptible to my sense organs and also to others' sense organs. Therefore, it is tangible, concrete, sometimes it is really heavy also. So, hence it is called gross body. Here it is known as Annamaya Kosha because it is the product of Annam. The whole body is manufactured out of a raw material called the food that we consume. We will see how is the body formed. First, right from the stage of womb, we will see how is the body formed in the womb of the mother. The parents have consumed food, and the food that is consumed by the father gets converted into the seed in the body of the father. In medical term, they call it sperm, which is the cause for the production of the physical body. Similarly, the food consumed by the mother gets converted into egg. Medically, it is called ovum in the body of the mother. Sperm in the male body and ovum in the female body join together, and the physical body of the baby is formed in the womb of the mother. This seed in the male body and the egg in the female body are called Anna Rasaha because both are formed by the food consumed by the adult reproductive parents. At the time of conception, the seed and the egg join together, both are Annarasam. In the mother's womb, the physical body is produced. Nowadays, it is produced in the test tube also. Therefore, the author says, Annamaya Kosha is Anna Rasenaiva Bhutva. Shukra Shonita Rupa Anna Rasenaiva Bhutva. Shukram means seed and the Shonitam means egg. Therefore, Anna Rasam is Srishti Karanam, the cause of creation of the physical body. After the body has been conceived in the womb of the mother, how does it grow? The growth, survival of the fetus requires the same Anna Rasa. Therefore, the mother has to consume healthy food, little bit extra for the sake of baby. If there is malnutrition in the mother, it gets reflected in the baby also. It will affect the baby, indicating the body is also sustained by the food taken by the mother through the special cord called umbilical cord. If you want to find more details, there is a maternity Upanishad called Garbhopanishad, which explains how the child is formed, how it grows, all those details. But currently, since we are interested in liberation, moksham, and not in the birth of the child, we are not going through the Garbhopanishad in detail. But there is an Upanishad. Now, the author says, Anna Rasenaiva Vriddhim Prapya. The physical body grows because of Annam. Therefore, Annam becomes not only Srishti Karanam, but also Sthiti Karanam. That is the cause of survival of the physical body. Therefore, the body keeps growing in the womb of the mother for 9 months or 10 months, and then the baby cannot decide that it will continue to grow in the womb of the mother. It is not possible. It has to come out. Once it comes out, the baby has to grow. Now, who should eat the food? Not the mother. The baby only has to consume food. First, the mother feeds the baby, and then slowly the baby gets semi-solid food, and later on solid food and all this. Annam is Sthiti Karanam. Annam means Anna Rasam. Rasam means what? Food gets converted into nutritions. This nutritions is called rasam. Food that we consume gets converted into carbohydrates, proteins, fat, salt, minerals, etc., etc. Though Anna Rasam means nutrition. Therefore, the body keeps growing up to a particular level, both vertically and horizontally. Then afterwards, after 50, 60 years, the body begins to decline, and the intake of Annam also becomes lesser and lesser. When the physical body dies, again the dead body goes back into earth, which is the source of food for the next generation. Remember, we are the ones who get mingled with the earth, and then we become fertilizers for the plants growing upon the earth. Therefore, our body becomes plants. Plants generate food, and the food becomes the body. Therefore, from the food we come, because of the food we are sustained, and after death we go back to the earth in the form of food. And author says, Anna Rupa Prithivyam Viliyate. The body resolves into Prithivyam, means the earth. Anna Rupaha, source of food for the next generation. Therefore, Annam is not only the Srishti Karanam, not only the Sthiti Karanam, but also the Laya Karanam. From food we come and we go back to food. Since Annam is Srishti Sthiti Laya Karanam of this physical body, this physical body is called Annamaya Koshaha. Mayam means product. The body is otherwise called Annakaryam, otherwise called Annavikara or Annamayaha, another name for Sthula Shariram. So this is Annamaya Kosha. Now we will see Pranamayaha. Pranamayakaha. What is Pranamaya Kosha? The answer given by the Guru is Pranadhyaha Panchavayavaha Vagadi Indriya Panchakam Pranamaya Koshaha. What do you mean by the energy sheath? Pranic personality. The pranic layer consists of fivefold physiological system of the body. It consists of 5 aspects of Vayu Tattvam. One Vayu, because of the functions it does, it is classified into 5 different names. We have already seen, we will see once again. Pranaha, the respiratory system. Apanaha, excretory system. Vyanaha, the circulatory system. Samanaha, the digestive system. And Udanaha, the reversing system. All these 5 groups is called Pranadhyayaha Panchavayavaha. They are responsible for the generation of energy, because prana alone converts the gross food that you have consumed into energy. We need energy to walk, to do exercise, to talk, to sit down and to get up. We need energy. How do you get the energy? From the food that is consumed, they get converted into energy. Like petrol in a car. We fill petrol in the petrol bunk and then the car runs. How does it run? The petrol gets converted into mechanical energy. Similarly, the food we consume gets converted into energy. How do you know the energy gets dissipated or gets exhausted? You feel hungry, you hear gadabada sound in your stomach. So that means the food that has been consumed is already exhausted. This stored energy is expressed in the form of Kriya Shakti, power of action, which expresses in Pancha Karmendriyani, 5 organs of action. Every Karmendriyam is an outlet or output through which the Kriya Shakti expresses its power. Either I walk, or I do physical exercise, or I talk, or I lift some books. All are expression of energy. Therefore, Pancha Karmendriyani, 5-fold organs of action, come under Pranamaya Koshaha. Vag Adi Indriya Panchakam. Here Indriyam is Karmendriyam. Vag Adi Karmendriya Panchakam, we can say. 5-fold sense organs of action. Vag Adi. Adi means etc. So Vag means organ of speech. Adi is etc. So 5-fold sense organs of action, which we have already seen. Let me enumerate once again. Vag, organ of speech, that is mouth. Pani, organ of walk, legs or feet. Padaha, organ of handling, hands. Payuhu, organ of excretion, both solid and liquid waste removing. Upastaha, organ of reproduction. While defining threefold shariram, particularly Sukshma shariram, subtle body, we saw it has 17 elements, 17 parts, 5 organs of action, 5 organs of knowledge, 5 pranaha. So this pancha pranaha and 5 sense organs of action together are called karmen, are called pranamaya kosha, sheath of energy, pranic sheath of energy. We have to note here, prana and other 4 physiological system, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, belong to Sukshma shariram, but they cannot be considered as organs. We cannot term them as organs, although they belong to Sukshma shariram. This small point I want you to note. Therefore, Annamaya Kosha can be understood as anatomical part of the physical body. Anatomical part of the body, that is gross physical body. Whereas Pranamaya Kosha can be understood as physiological part of the body, physiological aspect of the body. So if you see a dead body, Annamaya alone remains to be disposed of later, but Pranamaya Kosha has already left the body. That is why when the body is dead, we say Pranan poiduthu. That means the prana is left the body. So this is about Pranamaya Kosha. Out of 5 Annamaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha we have completed. We will see the other 3 sheets in the subsequent session. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.